makes it so fucking cool. Now, boys and girls, Halloween is coming. Let's make sure that you know what to do to stay safe this Halloween. Because we all know it's Satan Day. We know that there's bad people out there everywhere trying to get you.
There's one magical, haunted evening each year when all the scary creatures come out to prowl through every neighborhood.
Like a bomb, yeah, baby. She bangs.
And it's safest to visit people you know. Most people enjoy having trick-or-treaters come to their doors. But there are a few people who will do things to hurt kids. They might put sharp or hard objects in candy and apples. Or they might put something on fruit or gum that could make you sick if you eat it. To be completely safe, save your treats until you get home. Then ask your parents to help you check them carefully to make sure that there's nothing in them or on them that could hurt you. The safest treats are usually candy or gum that come in their own wrappers from the factory.
Look, your kids are going to be fine, okay? It's not a night for danger. That's what it's supposed to be about. I hate to tell you this, but your constant coddling of your children are why each generation grows up more useless and incapable of taking care of themselves than the last. We live with this ridiculous notion that nothing bad is ever supposed to happen to a human. Little, rubber edges and safety things and all that shit, all made by huge manufacturers. That makes sure you stay scared to support them.
Here's what pagan author Silver Ravenwolf shows in her book, Halloween. Yeah, I know her books are usually fluffy, bunny, lame shit, but this part's actually pretty good. We've all heard the horror stories of poisoned candy apples stuffed with razor blades from 1950 through 1960. Our American Halloween customs stayed primarily the same. The 60s encouraged something new, Halloween safety. And as a result, magazines, newspapers, television, and radio were filled with a compendium of ideas on how to keep your child safe and have an enjoyable Halloween. A campaign that has remained up to the present time. Manufacturers jumped into safe costumes and safe decorations that met safety standards. In the early 1970s, a candy scare put a major dent in everyone's Halloween budget. In the past, even if you didn't have a lot of money, you could make cookies, zap up popcorn balls, buy a bushel of apples, or swap homemade candy to give to the little critters that came to your door. A survey by sociologist Joel Best at California State University in Fresno found that in nearly 30 years, not a single death or severe injury was caused by a Halloween sadist. Yet Halloween hysteria still exists and manages to dampen our Halloween fun.
So in other words, it might be true, something bad might happen, so let's have preemptive panic! Ah! That way we can make sure nothing bad ever happens, ever to us. Of course, nothing good happens either when you do that, and, bad things will continue to happen to us anyway, because it's just life. It's just exactly like the whole concept of giving up your freedom because you're scared of the terrorists. Here, Bush, have my civil rights. I wasn't really using them anyway, as the bumper sticker says. You're draining the life out of life by teaching constant fear of death. Just sinking in any? Here's how it works in real life. Before civilized man came along and imposed his illusion and delusion that everything must always be safe and bad things must never happen to a man. Take this example between a lion and a zebra.
Zebras have babies too. They have families and aunts and uncles and so forth, and they take care of them. They graze, and sometimes one of them gets off alone because, he's not too bright. A lion chases the herd to find the loner, kills, and eats it. The zebras move away from the lion, then start grazing again, in plain sight of where the baby is being eaten. And they go back to grazing. Not people. No, if zebras were people, they'd be organizing huge protests and hiring lawyers and trying to find the lion to blame, to bring his ass to justice and put him to death. or life in prison, to pass legislation and laws so that they can make sure this kind of thing never happens again. Because laws are words on paper, and words have power. Remember? You put it on the paper, and the bad things never happen again. You see how fucking delusional we really are? You see how much less stressed out the zebras are? Of course, that's just how we are as a people, isn't it? I mean, if someone were to break into your home and take something, you'd be outraged at the injustice of it. How dare they? They have to be caught and forced to pay because it's only right. Yet, chances are, your home is on stolen land, and I don't hear you making a case that it should be given back to the indigenous cultures it was raped away from.
Quick, lock doors and make sure nobody ever has any joy in their life. Think about it. Thinking that you are so special and that laws only apply to protect you separates you from the rest of the world. And I got to ask you this question because I think this is a very important one. Is living in fear of nature's circle of life and shit a good way to live? Or does it make us the freaks of the animal kingdom? So, happy Halloween, and to all of my pagan brothers and sisters out there, have a good Samhain. To the rest of you, consider this a fabulous get over yourself opportunity. I hope you capitalize on it. Thank you. Hail Satan!